Hey, look, it's us.
They got it all working once again. About like Ethan, we got him back up here once again. It's good to have you, brother.
Thank you.
You must really like him.
Well, you know, at first I didn't really know who he was, and I thought I had a flashback. I thought Cash had pulled back up. And I was like, "Oh, my buddy's back." And then
I ain't that fast.
And then I seen him drive, and I'm like, Jeremy told me one time when I first met him,
going with that.
I was messing with him. I said, he's like, "I want to get my name up there on the front." And Jeremy said, "And if you start driving like Cash and doing anything good, we'll put it up there and look." He ain't even thought about putting a grinder or a torch to take it off there. I don't know if it'll ever come off there. But speaking of that, might not ever have to come off there. Well, let's first tell us let's break in where we at, round 5.
RCV round 5. We are at Fiddler's Bend. Lynn and Shane have been phenomenal helping us get a really nice area to do this. These courses will be fast. For the most part, I think they're going to be really fast. There's not a lot of technical in these.
I think so, too. There's no big obstacles everybody's going to be scared of. The step-ups are always going to be difficult. You're going to have to find a line up.
We got these where they're going to be fast, though.
Yeah, I agree. It's like nothing like no sheer wall, as they all call it.
I'm sure some people, may struggle with them or make a mistake, but that's just the way it works. Once you put the clock on, it sometimes it seems like when the clock turns on, the common sense just goes out the window.
Ethan gets in one. Common sense.
I got muscle spasms in my foot, so I just want to push that skinny pedal down too hard sometimes.
I like that. I think I've had one.
He drives like that. He might be telling the truth.
So listen. So on the other side, all this is new stuff. So this is brand. Nobody's ever raced bouncers here. This is new.
Yeah, all of this is new. We're actually just finishing up. We still got a few little knickknacks to do. But for the most part, it's finished up. Just finished the maps up when we were going live. Fix to send those to the drivers so they can start studying. And
like you said, these people
have
been phenomenal helping. I come out here a couple months ago with you, rode out, come seen the place. You gave them some ideas. They come back, been working on it. And I know the rain this week, you got here early this week. You left right from Rush, come back here.
Got here Monday.
And it's been pouring down rain.
The rain did not work with us, but again, the brothers, the Fiddler brothers, have been phenomenal at making sure we get it done, and his crew. I mean, it's rain or shine, we're making it happen.
It makes it nice to work with new parks like that, making new developments and friendships, the place to come back here and build something that. One
thing this park has that the others don't, that we've been to, is you got a river you can float on right here.
It's more than a river right now. I don't know if
it is.
When we come here, I was like, "Oh, cool!" I've been texting everybody, all of my Snapchats, Facebook, come with us and go. We're going to leave Rush. Let's bring your swimsuits. And
It's a little too early for the season. The season hasn't quite opened. Of course, if they wouldn't have got all that rain, you probably still could have, floated the river. But, I even asked him. I was like, "Do you think this would do better if we pushed it back into the summer a little bit to make it a float trip?
Sure. Yeah.
Make it where the people can come and watch some good rock bouncing racing and float down the river."
Yep. Well, speaking of rock bouncing, I know y'all have had a busy week. Y'all got a lot of buggies in the stable, and I think something got in the stable. I don't know if it was y'all loaded up something. I don't know if it was supposed to be loaded up or what, but y'all loaded something at Rush that usually don't go back in the trailer. So
what number is a lot? What number do you have to get to be called a lot?
More than 3.
Okay.
More than 3. I don't know. It's kind of like Ethan and his women. He always says, "I want a lot." And I said, "Well, how many is like?" He said, "Well, just more than 3. I put on at Rush, he had free tickets down there for any dime pieces. 7 showed up. That's what I got charged for. I had to take
you're getting him in big trouble right now.
I had to take them tickets, so it's about $100 a piece. So you've already I know you're in Jeremy's pocket. Now you're getting into mine, and mine ain't nowhere near like Papa's over there. So we're going to figure something out. I'm hoping you're going to pull out a win. The way you were running around like a little banty rooster, so excited the other weekend when you load that thing up. Tell us what you're going to unload this weekend on everybody.
I'm ready. We picked up Gold Rush and going to try it out this weekend.
You just picked it like Barton or what?
No, we bought it.
It's in Kentucky now.
Yep.
So you got it back together?
Yeah, got it straightened back out, re-welded, added some bars, and just kind of went through it. And everything should be good now.
This was a challenging week for pretty much everyone, I believe, especially with the back-to-back races. That's totally my fault. I messed that up. Rush had originally, I done it. You know, EB back years ago, EB always told me he didn't want to run on Easter. Then he asked for April 19th, and so I set the schedule, and then it hit me. So I texted him. I was like, "Hey, you do realize it's Easter the weekend you picked?" And he goes, "No, I did not. Can we move it back a week?" And I was like, "Sure." And I looked at the other date, and I seen it was May, and just overlooked the fact that it was a week apart. I thought there was 2 weeks in there, and there was not. So totally my mess up. I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've ever been back to back. But you know, we've been running pretty hard since the first race. You know, it's the springtime we push pretty hard. Then we take a break for I think we got an 7 or 8 week break between now and West Virginia.
Yep.
And then we got a small break there, and then of course fall rolls around and we start pushing. And then we do have another event coming up in October, late October, that is called Battle of the Bouncers. We'll be making some of that public here soon.
I think a lot of people have been asking. A lot of people, anything news like people want to be a part of, something big like that, you're gonna have you don't have to worry about points chasing. I'm doing this now. You can leave it all online, go out there and turn loose.
And there's a few reasons why, but it's 3 weeks after the season's over. So it's close enough that, you know, they can keep their rigs together. They've got time to do the upgrades or the repairs from the season. But it's also right after the finale of Ultra 4. So if we want to poke at some of those guys.
We're calling y'all out there. So, yeah, I want to get back like old days when I remember we had Shannon and all the guys come to. Matter of fact, the hot springs, we had to, the shootout. We need to bring something back, like get some more excitement.
We're going to do something with Battle of the Bouncers that's different. But
so if you got any ideas, hit us up. Let's throw some stuff together. If you got some ideas,
we'll talk more about that. Give us just a minute.
RCV Performance specializes in axle manufacturing. We've been doing this for a little over 80 years on a variety of different products. We really specialized into the racing and rock balancing and all that about 15, 20 years ago, got into the specialized aftermarket automotive stuff, and we love it. So what sets RCV apart from the rest is we use a CV, whereas that replaces the U-joint in solid axle applications. So your custom 14-bolt, Dana 80, Dana 60, 44, Jeep JK, everything that has a solid front axle, we'll replace that U-joint, put a CV in, which will give you a smoother power delivery, stronger at angle, and overall better performance. So we make RCVs for everything from Suzuki Samurai to Jeep to Toyota, all the way to Rockwell, custom, whatever, you name it, we got it. So reach out to us, rcvperformance.com. Check us out online.
Yeah, so back to what we were saying about, let's doing bringing some other, type style vehicles into this. That'd be cool to see. So if you're out there and you think...
Well, is there going to be a new vehicle at this race? Have you heard?
I don't know. I know there's one in Alabama, and I don't know when it's coming out. But I know
when he was leaving Rush, the plan was to go by and pick it up and fix the Can-Am, but I don't know if that's what happened.
Well, I don't know.
I haven't heard.
That's always good. I'd like to see some of the, the Wolves that have been here before, and he's having a good season out there at Ultra 4, and
we're going to do something totally different with Battle of the Bouncers. There will be some LCQs to get to the finals.
Okay.
And then the finals is going to be totally different. It's going to be heads-up racing, no clock, but not knockout.
Okay. Yeah, I like.
That's all I'm going to say for now.
Yeah, we can leave there just enough to tease you.
It'll be something we've never done in the rock bouncing world.
Well, that's great. And look, another thing that's not been done. You speak of it. I know this is Greg told me a while ago. This is going to be his last year with Race Line.
He's retiring, I think.
And but just so thankful, like speaking of, when you think RCV, I have, when I think RCV, I think of Ricky Berry, and
and I've been working with him since Ricky B wasn't working for him when he was Ricky B Photography.
Yep. But it's nice to have a company that it stays with you and.
Oh yeah, and a lot of these companies have stuck with us from the beginning.
Yep.
And sometimes the economy's not great for us, but we push through and make it happen.
That's right. We're partners.
Companies like RCV have always been there since the very first race. I can remember Craig from RCV standing at the top of Flipper at Wheeling in the Country in the first year. That's way back there.
Way back there.
That was back when the UTV races were separate from the bouncer races.
Yep.
The one you won.
Always.
I don't remember that. That must have been a long
He
time
was.
ago.
You probably still in your diapers.
It was 14, 15 years ago. It's been a long decade and a half, but it's been cool to watch it grow.
I mean, it's good. It's good to see people like like Jeremy and them, like you always talk about, going to that next level. Having people like him that actually step up and put the effort and
Well,
the money and the time that it takes to
that's the progression of a lot of motorsports. Is for a driver to truly focus on driving, he will perform better if he doesn't have the stress of worrying about blowing a tire, breaking something. Like if he can focus on driving and take all the other stress off of him, he can perform at a better level than he can if he's got to be concerned about if he can make it to the next race. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely, that's going to progress the sport even further the more people do that kind of stuff.
Well, what time things going to kick off tomorrow?
We will have our drivers meeting at noon, like always, on Friday, 9 a.m. on Saturday, and the live feed will kick off about 12:45, and hopefully we'll leave the line at 1 o'clock if we don't have any issues. That's the plan.
And if you're thinking about coming, come. Bring your friends and family. It's gonna be. They've got a beautiful spot out here for you to come.
There's not a bad seat in the house.
No, camping is good. It's going to be some good. We already went trail riding earlier. So
did you find any good trails?
Yeah,
I meant to ask. I haven't had time to do that yet.
It's not a huge trail ride, but it's good, nice trails you can go and take your family.
The parts I have seen are absolutely beautiful. That river coming through, during the summer is a game changer for sure.
Well, y'all stay tuned. See you next time.